one of our strategic priorities for our summer strategic plan. For the 90-day summer strategic plan last year, as previously reported, we experienced a 5% decrease. However, we had an overall decrease of 12% in stolen cars in 2022, and that is certainly trending in the right direction. Additionally, car break-ins decreased by 33% compared to the prior year. This is often referred to as a diffusion of benefits. Naturally, as encouraging as these numbers are, we still have much work to do. It is critical to understand that regardless of what the numbers reveal, they transcend percentages. The numbers are real people, and real people have every expectation to live, learn, work, and play in a safe community. Our sworn personnel and professional staff have fully committed themselves to community safety. I want to say that I have asked a lot of them over the last 2 years, and they have exceeded my expectation. In 2022, our officers responded to more than 134,000 calls for service. Officers made nearly 5,000 custodial arrests, up 14% from the prior year. Of those arrests, 1,886 were for crimes committed against another person. Our officers are working tirelessly to keep our community safe. The work they're doing are not only changing lives, but quite often saving lives. Officers like our very own Officer Hunter Tank and the Central District Community Policing Team, who was responsible for the recovery of over 30 firearms and numerous related arrests in our downtown area, we think resulting in decreased gun violence in downtown. Officers like Officer Kaylin Ratloff, through proactive police work, conducted traffic stops that yielded a high level of illegal guns and drugs in the South Police District. Her experience, her professionalism, working the busy night shifts in the South District was important to keeping our city safe in 2022. Our K-9 unit, sponsored by Capital K-9s, recovered 43 firearms, and our newly created Gun Neighborhood Crime Abatement Team recovered 28 illegal firearms. And this is just a small relative sample of some of our efforts to reduce crime. We should be grateful. We should be grateful for officers who continuously, selflessly commit themselves to public safety here in Madison. They do not do it for the money or the prestige. They do it because of an unwavering dedication to what we have coined selfless public service, which appears in our vision statement. Community support and involvement will always play an enormous role in crime reduction. It is the basis of everything that we do. In 2022, the Crime Stoppers tip line received more than 700 calls from community members providing information on unsolved cases. Those cases yield 11 arrests and the recovery of your personal property. I commend our community for stepping up and speaking up. They understand and recognize that we cannot do this alone. We all have to take ownership when it involves keeping Madison safe. As I always say and always will, crime prevention is everyone's responsibility. That also includes requiring and investing in the tools, training, and time necessary to keep Madison safe. For example, through the mayor's executive budget, we were able to fund 8 officers for the town of Madison who are working. And through our shared commitment to community policing and data-driven strategic initiatives, we hired our first Director of Police Reform, Data, and Innovation, Dr. Lee Hunt, who's here with us today. And we hired a community engagement specialist, Mr. Alex Ricketts, who's here with us today as well. The Madison Common Council voted to approve a body-worn camera pilot in our North District. This is an $83,000 investment in data and science to help inform police practice here in Madison. Through the governor's LEA grant, we were able to invest in a patrol analysis tool to help automate the planning of directed patrols based on crime data in the community. This technology allows our supervisors the necessary analysis to ensure we're assigning the appropriate, often limited, resources and staffing in the appropriate places in order to maximize crime prevention. In addition, the Biden administration Office of Community-Oriented Policing partially funded 6 officers to support our community policing efforts. In addition to efforts made in the police department and investments made in the police department have made investments in our community. From 2017 through 2022, the Madison Police Department facilitated more than $1.5 million in grant funding to 22 nonprofit service providers for community services in support of Madison-centric community policing efforts. Several of the areas funded through those grants include breaking the cycle of youth violence programs, community-based crime reduction initiatives, and an initiative to improve equity and fairness in youth arrests and diversion. Additionally, the department also partnered with public agencies in the same community building efforts to leverage institutional capacities to reduce crime, increase perceptions of safety, and build and share a more equitable community. This resulted in over $600,000 in pass-through grant funding. That funding covered several programs and initiatives to include, in part, a school violence reduction program, the Community Policing Advisory Board pilot that you will be hearing more about, and our addiction recovery initiative, MARI, which I will talk about a little later on. We will continue to identify opportunities to invest in the public safety of our community. Our community deserves nothing less. Earning and maintaining the trust of the community has and will continue to be a priority for the Madison Police Department. Now, it is no big secret that the subject of policing in Madison has been a polarizing topic for some. Spirited debate and respectful discourse should never be avoided. They are, at times, the very foundation of constructive reform. I cannot stand here and say that we are a perfect organization. There is no police department in America that's perfect, and certainly organizational exceptionalism does not live here in the Madison Police Department. The community provides the Madison Police Department with the authority to police, and they should have a right to express how they want to be served, and we, as police officers, have an obligation to listen. Our community demands community engagement through effective partnerships. Here are a few examples of where we deliver. Since 2021, all commissioned personnel who would have issued a youth 12 to 16 in years of age a municipal citation for any reason now divert that youth in the field to what we call restorative justice via the YWCA's Youth Intake Coordinator. In the fourth quarter of 2022 alone, the Madison Police Department issued 48 youth restorative justice referrals. 33 of those youth opted into this diversionary program. Each year, our community outreach officers partner with the Black Officer Coalition to host a leadership camp, and core partners with Amigos and Azul to host a Latino Youth Academy. The goal is to put forth representative officers to the youth who are engaging for the purposes of building trust through transparency in a week-long free summer camp. The leadership camp welcomes youth who are in Big Brothers and Big Sisters and often face significant challenges in their personal journeys. Latino Youth Academy participants are selected from nominations in our area middle schools. The Madison Area Addiction Recovery Initiative, or MARI program, is for individuals who have committed an eligible nonviolent offense, and that offense was driven by the disease of addiction. The program seeks to divert individuals with substance use disorder out of the criminal justice system and toward recovery. The MARI Diversion Program offers 6 months of treatment coaching for individuals who would like treatment. Their criminal charge or ticket is dismissed, and no court record is ever made if they successfully complete the program. We currently have 16 individuals in the MARI program. Employee safety and wellness is part of a rewarding profession. This profession in policing, I will tell you, after almost 25 years, is not easy. And in some cases, it's getting more and more difficult. There is impacts, I believe, on the physical and the emotional well-being of our employees. Caring for our community is a priority, but we also need to care for those who are serving the community. We have worked to develop work-life balance programs for all of our employees. We want to promote activities that maintain a positive staff and family atmosphere here at MPD, and develop programs to support any employee who may be in need. Some of those programs include a continuation and expansion of our Wellness Days initiative. Now, in addition to the assigned Wellness Day and Check-in Day, officers have a second Wellness Day to schedule at their discretion. We are developing a virtual response unit, and I'm very excited about this program. We're developing a virtual response unit, which will offer an optional virtual response for crimes and incidents. I think over the last 2 years, we have proven that you can do a lot over Zoom. I even heard a story about you can get married over Zoom. So if you can get married over Zoom, we can certainly take your report over Zoom. We're excited about this. This will not only offer more flexibility and convenience for callers, but will also provide a limited duty option for officers in lieu of expending their personal leave for family illness, personal illness, or other needs. We are developing a 5-year strategic plan with employee input and public input. The strategic plan will focus on youth engagement, internal and external communications, and workplace culture. Through our strategic plan, we want to make Madison, the Madison Police Department, the best police department to work for. I am certain that we will be able to do this. We are committed to identifying additional opportunities to improve the overall wellness of all members of our department. It is unreasonable to expect our officers and employees to effectively care for the community if no one is willing to take care of them. I am extremely proud of my police department. I am extremely proud of the accomplishments that were made in 2022. We are eager to confront any challenge that is ahead of us as we embark on this year in 2023. We have a new year with a new and renewed commitment to growth, opportunity, and success. All of us have made tremendous strides in reducing crime, improving our quality of life, and making Madison one of the safest cities in America. Now, we still have some work ahead of us, but I know that my staff, my officers, my non-commissioned employees, we're ready. We will roll up our sleeves, we will dig in, and we will get the job done. It is, after all, the Madison way. Thank you. Okay.
News 3 Now is always on.
Get the Channel 3000 app, activate the push alerts, and we will send you breaking news, traffic, and weather alerts as it happens.
The Channel 3000 app. Get it now.
Powered by News 3 Now.